Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to look at SPSS. SPSS is a software which is used for the statistical data analysis. So whenever someone hear the word or spell SPSS, the very next moment that person will get panic attack. Why? Because these softwares are not familiar with common students, among common students. Therefore, they may feel a little uncomfortable around these words. But truly, this software is nothing much. It's just another software which is very similar to the Excel, MS Office. Likewise, it's also very similar software to that, right? So let me elaborate this. SPSS stands for Statistical Package for the Social Science. So through this series of videos, I'm going to discuss and explain how to use the software, right? So you don't need to get panic. This is very easy. So step by step we can discuss. So in the first section, I'm going to discuss about the interface of SPSS. So I'll begin with the beginning window and I will describe everything in detail. Here we are to the interface of SPSS. So this is the first window which will be appear the very immediately when you open the software, right? So when you open the software IBM SPSS statistics, this window will be appear. So in this window you could see that here it's mentioned as new files, and here it's mentioned as recent files, right? So within new files there will be two options. One is new data set and another one is new database query, right? And in the recent files, here in this list there will be the recent works that already we have working with, or whatever the work that we are continuing, it will be available here. So when you close the software after some work, when you reopen the software, so that will come up here. So you can directly open from here without going into another window and open the data sheet through without searching inside the Windows Explorer. You can directly open from here, right? Let's assume if you are a fresher, so you are going to start with a new data set or data sheet. So for that you need to get into a new data set. So you need to select this and press OK. So what you have to do is just select new data set and press OK. So nothing else you have to do, only this is. So here you can see this is the window of SPSS. So the very next moment you press OK, there will be a new window will be appear, as well as you could see here in this section there are two windows are there, right? So one is the data sheet and the another one is the output, right? So there are two windows for this particular software. So when you open this, these two will be appear. Here in this data sheet, you will be entering your data, right? So all the data that we enter will be appear here, right? Here there is another window which called the output window. Here you could see a new file, dataset name, datasheet, dataset 1, Windows front. So likewise, whatever you perform on your data will be appear here. That means the process will be appear. So when you analyze, the analyzed data will be available on output, right? It will be directed to output window. So when you analyze your data, when you process your data, it won't appear here in the data sheet. It will be appear in the output window. So you may feel that it may be a little fishy, but while we are going through this, you can able to understand that. Okay, I'll show you how this works, right? So this is the main window that we are using or that we are working with, right? So in this section you could see, similar to Excel, there are box cells, and here in the interface, as similar to the Excel interface, here there is a scroll button, right? You could scroll this, right? And here you could see there is a numbering, right? So it's numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, it's numbered, right? Here in this cells, you could see VAR, VAR, VAR. This stands for variable. VAR means variable. Here this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, likewise, this numbering stands for the subject. Let's assume if you are entering a data which is belong to one particular subject, that subject is number 1. That means the person that you are having information, or whatever the information that you are obtaining from a person, that person is indicated as 1. So his identity is 1, right? And when you specify his information, like whether he or she, the person is male or female, it is a variable, right? And his age, it's a variable. Likewise, for that particular subject, you will have so much of variable, right? So that's what here. In the first instance, you could see that there are two options, right? Here clearly see data view and variable view, right? So there are two views. In Excel sheet, you will be experiencing that sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, likewise. But here, there is a data view and a variable view, right? So in this segment, in the data view, you will be entering all the data, right? But here, you have that variable. So this one is the variable, right? In the variable view, you will be able to handle each variable specifically, right? So just try to listen to this. So when we enter the data, you can able to see how this works, right? Just understand this. So you can specify the variable here. Like you can't enter or you can't change this name here in the direct data view, right? So if you want to change this, you need to go to the variable view, and here you should type, right? And as well as when you are typing, you need to follow so many rules, and there are some certain things that you need to consider. I'll be come to this later. So first of all, you need to understand, I'll just type something here, gender, right? So I have specified first variable as gender, right? So here there will be so many informations appear. I'll explain this later. First, let's see here. Here, the variable appeared as gender. So likewise, for this particular variable, you need to give each and every specific information you can change from here, right? So just go through this, and here you could see some informations are there. This is Explorer. That means if you want to open a document, you can directly press here. So once you press this, this type of window will be appear, right? So in this window, you can select where you have saved your data or your previous working sheet. You can select and simply open from here, right? Like if you are opening a Word file that you have previously saved, likewise you can select from here, right? Nothing very strange, right? And here, this is a save option, very simple. And here, this is a recall option, right? So just remember, this is a recall option. So when we are performing data analysis, when we are entering data, I'll show how to use this one. And this is also a undo and redo option. right? So here comes the specific set for the set of buttons for the SPSS, right? Here variable view, here variables, and run descriptive statistics, and here you could see find. So this find works similar to the Word in the MS Office Word find. And here insert cases. So if you are adding cases, you can insert from here. And if you are inserting variable, so when you have completed your data entries, you have to add another variable in between. So you can do that from here, right? See, right? So if I click here, and I can add a variable, right? So that's all. And here in this, you can split the file into 2 segments, right? This is a weight case. Don't worry about this. This is one of the important option that you have, because in this button you can say that in the variable you will be specifying your information that let's assume number 1 as male, number 2 as female, right? So number 1 as male, number 2 as female. At that instances, when you press this, it will be appearing as number 1 or number 2, right? So if you remove this one, it will be appearing as male or female. So you can just interchange, right? The value labels. So whether you can see the value or the label, right? So this is pretty much about this particular tab. And here you have the file option. This is very similar. Here you can see save, save as, here open files, and these things. In the edit segment, you will have the similar set of options which is appearing here, right? In the view, you have nothing much to do with this options. This is also available here, right? In the data, so these are the important options are data, transform, analyze, these things, right? Graphs and these informations, right? In the datas, you could see define variable properties, and this is one of the important factor for the basics. And here you could see the select cases, split file, and so much of informations, right? In this option, you will have compute variable, which is working as a calculator, and here recording to same variable, recording to different variable. Likewise, there are so much options, right? And analyze, this is the place where we use our data analysis, right? So when if you want to analyze your data, you need to go to this option, right? Here you have everything for the data analysis, right? So direct marketing, don't worry about that. Graphs, that's one of the important important option for the researchers. So sometimes you have to apply graphs. You need to insert new graphs, scatter plots, histograms. For that you can use these options. So just open and go through these things, and you can see so much informations are there. Just get familiar with this one, and remaining not important for the analysis and informations. It's although it's very similar to that other softwares as well. So these are the basics about the interface of this SPSS worksheet, right? So below here there is a status bar, right? The process is ready, Unicode off. Likewise, the information will be appear, right? So very important thing that you need to understand here is there are two things: the data view and variable view. You need to understand this, right? There is two things that you need to remember, which is considerably different from the Excel, because in the Excel you will be selecting one cell and you will be entering whatever the variable name or something, and you can specify directly from there. But here you need to change everything here. and as well as in each variable you can specify so much of information compared to the Excel, and it's much easier than Excel to organize the data, right? So this is all about the interface. So in the next clip I'll be coming up with how to enter variable, how to specify the variable, how to enter the data, right? And together with that I'll be describing how to open a Excel file, Excel data sheet into SPSS, right? Thank you.